Facts Verse presents 10 horrible accidents caused by fidget spinners. Number 1. Australian boy almost loses an eye. An Australian mother named Molly was horrified when her 11-year-old son Isaac almost lost an eye while trying to perform a trick with his fidget spinner. According to Molly, he threw the spinner up too high in the air. He didn't catch it properly and it clipped the corner of his eye. When she took him to the hospital, the doctors told Molly he was very lucky that he didn't permanently lose his eyesight or even an eye. Molly says the fidget spinners are now banned in her home. Number 2. Texas girl swallowed part of the fidget spinner. Most fidget spinners don't have age warnings on the labels. Because of this, Kelly Rose Joynek gave her daughter a fidget spinner without thinking any of that. Her daughter was in the back seat after a swim meet and she was playing with her fidget spinner. When her mother heard her making a retching sound from the back seat, she turned around to see her daughter turning red and drooling. Her daughter was struggling to breathe, but she was able to tell her mother what happened. Most fidget spinners come apart. Kelly's daughter took hers apart to clean it. She put the spinner piece in her mouth and she accidentally swallowed it. She called an ambulance, and they were transferred to Texas Children's Hospital where an X-ray showed that the spinner was lodged in her esophagus. She needed emergency surgery to have it removed. Number 3. Oregon boy chokes on a fidget spinner. A woman named Jolie Morelos heard about the Texas girl who swallowed a fidget spinner, and she told her 5-year-old son Caden about it. She did this to keep him from putting the spinner in his mouth. Unfortunately, what the girl from Texas went through didn't scare Caden. He put it in his mouth and choked. When her son started coughing up blood and turning red, she rushed him to the hospital for treatment. According to Jolie, she had no idea that fidget spinners even came apart. She said if she had known that, she would have never allowed Caden to have one. Number 4. Syracuse girl damages tooth. A 9-year-old girl named Alexa Slight was given a fidget spinner just like most kids. Her mother knew that all the kids in her class had these toys, therefore she didn't think there was anything wrong with her buying one for Alexa. When they were driving in the car, Alexa was playing with her fidget spinner when her mother heard her scream, "My tooth!" When her mother turned around, Alexa had a piece of her tooth in her hand. Alexa's mother couldn't believe that a toy that cost only $5 ended up costing her over $2,000 at the dentist. Number 5. Little boy requires stitches. A man named John Harris posted a warning about fidget spinners along with a photo of his injured son on Facebook. According to John, he and his son were playing with a fidget spinner using compressed air to spin it. After a few minutes, the plastic on the fidget spinner exploded, cutting his son's lip open. He took his son to the emergency room and he had to get stitches. While this is not the way that fidget spinners are supposed to be played with, it's just another example of the 10 horrible accidents caused by fidget spinners. Number 6. Irish actress suffers a head injury. An Irish actress named Ayula Smart took to Instagram to post a photo of herself recovering from a head injury. According to her post, her head injury was caused by a freak accident involving a fidget spinner. In her post, Smart stated that she was at a shop in her hometown of Cork, Ireland, when a child lost control of their fidget spinner and it hit her behind the ear. She went to the hospital and found out she'd suffered a concussion. The doctors told her she needed to rest for at least 2 weeks to be sure that she fully recovered. Because of this, she was forced to back out of an acting job. Number 7. Michigan woman's fidget spinner catches fire. A Michigan woman heard about fidget spinners and she thought that if she got one, she could quit smoking. She figured if she kept her hands busy, she wouldn't crave a cigarette. So she purchased one of those fidget spinners that had Bluetooth, allowing you to hook it up to your phone and turn it into a speaker. After her fidget spinner was plugged in for less than 30 minutes, it caught fire. Some people blamed the fire on the charger, however, it was the same charger that she used for her baby monitor, and that never had a problem. Number 8. Girl swallows the metal piece of a fidget spinner. A firefighter in Decatur Township took to the internet to warn parents about fidget spinners. He says that his daughter was spinning the toy on her finger and talking when a metal piece broke off and flew into her mouth. According to her father, she moved to the middle of the car, grabbing her throat. Her father gave her a few back blows to get her to breathe, and then he took her to the emergency room to make sure that the metal didn't travel to her lungs. After she had an X-ray, you could see the piece of metal in her stomach. Number 9. Another fidget spinner catches fire. A woman from Gardendale, Alabama named Kimberly Allums reported that her fidget spinner caught fire. She says she was getting ready to leave with her son and she was finishing up in her room. She suddenly heard her son screaming, "Fire! Fire!" When she got downstairs, her Bluetooth-enabled fidget spinner was in flames, and so was the countertop. The spinner was plugged in when it caught fire. Number 10. Girl gets serious eye injury. The girl in this photo took to YouTube to show the world the dangers of a fidget spinner. She was just spinning her pink spinner on her finger when it flew out of her hand and hit her in the eye. The toy caused damage to her eye, leaving it extremely bloodshot. She had to seek medical attention immediately. Subscribe for more, and if you insist on fidgeting, maybe just fidget with your thumbs.